It's exactly where you need to be. You get to see people's disciplines and just the diversity of what our culture can really bring when it comes to words, when it comes to music, when it comes to just moving you. So Next Level Stanza is definitely where it's at.
We want to get straight into the poetry performances. First, we have, by a show of hands, how many of us know how beautiful our blackness is? Yes, that's what I like to hear. So the first poet we have for the evening is Ms. Inez with a piece titled The Beauty of Black.
Black. It's not what you say. It's how you act. Black. The color that attracts all colors, and like no other, it reflects what is best. And still, rejected, neglected, disrespected, misunderstood, and unprotected. I suspected that he was a suspect who could not forget the subject, and so he is subject to believe in poverty and equality. Yet, economically, black is the line that paves the way when you have light to see. Yet too much light can make you blind, so to speak. Black is what we need, like night after day, like shade for the heat. Black is how people think. Black Jack is the name of the game. Black man is the name of the race. Black spade is the name of the card. Black card is how you're paid. By being black is how you've won. Until they labeled you black, made you slave, called you dumb. Now you are the one who does not look in the mirror. Yet black mirrors power, black mirrors strength, black mirrors love, and is hidden within. Black markets, Black Friday, Black Target, they should say. I object, and I accept that black is who and what I like. Black is my type, just right, dominates, red, orange, blue, green, yellow, and white. I am golden in the light that shines to expose the truth about black. Black is beauty. Black is the ink that they write when it's a fact. As a matter of fact, the numbers read what is exact. When you count black lives in a race with black lives, you cannot deny black is pride. Black cat, Black Panther, black sheep. That is what you are when you are unique. Some might say rare, some might say cheap. One may say outcast or outstanding, demanding attention. We seek black. Black is a part of me, and I love me some black. Black is not what you say, it's how you act. Black, I am courageous.
Please make some noise for Diara Imani and her piece titled Gentrification.
Come on. I'm liking the energy of this crowd right here. Y'all giving me energy. I like it. All right. So defined is also about, like, you know, sometimes you look up a word and then it defines that word with the word. And you're like, so equally as lost. You've done nothing for me. Thank you. And so I decided that we need to take back some of our definitions, right? We need to start to clarify the meaning and the impact of some things. So I'm gonna go through a couple entries with y'all. If you're feeling it, you can snap, you can say word, you can say bet, you can say yeah, you can say yes ma'am, do whatever. Give me an ashe if you want to. So, entry number 1, gentrification. Looks like Central Park over the graves of our martyrs. Looks like potted roses in the graves of our martyrs that have been fertilized with the blood of our ancestors' daughters. Seems like When the capacity is met with murder, sorrow, and horror-filled news, the hue of the neighborhood lightens. And that's how we knew it was safe to just stop and smell a rose. You know, when gentrification happens, it's like we're being released from a punishment that was reserved by the color of our skin. Like, they're of the color that deserve to smell roses and not conjure thoughts of bones inside caskets inside ashy funeral homes we visit every other weekend like stepfathers. An example of gentrification, just look at Negley Ave. You'll see Becky with her blue dress dancing in the wind, and her Goldilocks twin with the new blonde bricks that were built in. And the origin of that truth happens to be our redlining scars. Dark complexions no longer fit in. It's the inception of white is right perfection. It's the rebel seas that neglected pedigree dissectionists, so caucasoids were appeased to bring dis-ease to shore, unsure of the people, so it was the souls that they scorned. Entry number 2. Equality. Don't y'all love that word? White people love that word. But then still do it wrong. Now we call it equity, but we still do it wrong. Anyway. Equality. Looks like reversing the shots that took out, insert any black revolutionary here. Looks like suffocating the COINTELPRO whenever they're trying to lend our community an ear. Smells like snap black skin mending with manuka honey. You know, forbidden fruit makes sangria sweet blood drip with no fear. Equality looks like a justice system actually having justice. Because as of now, judges sitting on high pedestals with their gavels and their sneers, because, like, where's the capital punishment for all them reverends that be raping? And all them teachers that be taking? And all them presidents that be pirating all them votes just like the boats? It's the same masters. See, we stuck on Stockholm Syndrome, and America's founding fathers have literally birthed the most bastards. See, there ain't no law for the wicked. Ain't no promise or treaties. And when they do raise their sons, it brings shades to our trees. See, they profit off of factories that bring in the disease. Men on this land ain't been equal since the inception, so black men ain't never been at ease. Fight until the end of it, all 9 minutes and 29 seconds of I can't breathe. Equality. Entry number 3. Y'all still with me? Okay, just checking. Entry number 3, United States Inc. Y'all might want to take your notes out for this one. Looks like a shell corporation to start. I bet the founding fathers just never ever would have thought that a black girl from the burg would have figured out their games. You can't touch the Republic of America, but they fucking with the United States. And if you don't believe me, just check the second Constitution. Peep how they wrote it. See, we ran up out of money, they wrote a new one and figured we never even noticed. And if you don't know this, when you have a capitalized word in a legal document, such as the Constitution, it makes it a corporate entity. Guess what they did whenever we was about to run out of money? See, the bankers and elite was taking secret trips on their creek to Jekyll Island. That's where the sinister hide. See, they was talking about some trading on American loans. J.P. Morgan was in that meeting too, just to name one. See, the Organic Act of 1871, new constitution, new land, new keys, and they locked it. They gave the American people up for adoption. And our Fosters was the London Rothschilds. They infiltrated and, man, they made shit pop. Let me explain. See, the Pontiff of Rome and Pope Innocent III made their people pray psalms and 5 books of sorceries. They subtracted all the massacres, changed the true stories. So then King Charles I came and tortured and massacred 100 million Aborigines, slicing furrowed brows before they had muscles taut with frustration as he exercised memory, peeling back the skin off of children and wives, leaving our gray matter vulnerable to the breath of our poisoned skies, and looked us in the eyes and called us savages. See, the United States of America is a land that was a land ruled by a man who made laws to do the same damn thing. Now the year is 1913 and Woodrow Wilson is the chief. Not that he was in charge of anything because, you know, we never had a government that was clean. The New World Order did come out in 1871. Oh, y'all ain't know that? Oh yeah, we about to have some fun. Let me tell you, see, because they don't tell us about our dollars and how we're still playing the crown. How the debt is in the trillions and we paying by the dozens, and how direct taxation is illegal, never ratified, but now we have a fake IRS and a Federal Reserve that's acting like they're the sheriffs around this town. And I wasn't talking martial law, but it's a worthy mention. See, that's kind of like when you're being treated like you're on detention. It's paternalistic punishment in a penal justice system. It's almost like you're the subjects to a monarchy of sorts. Like, they don't treat you like you're valuable, but they'll make money off your birth, your life, your love, and your divorce. See, the lust, betrayal, and denial are variables enforced by the Treaty of the Vatican, the Holy Roman Empire, of course. How did we start down this rabbit hole? Oh, yeah. Entry number 3. United States, Inc., defined by me. See, they've been on secret society shit for so long. They're trying to stir up the melanin pain, make adrenochrome power on. They might call it church, might call it a Caucasoid Christ, call it communion. They'll call it whatever they need to split up a divine union, the black nuclear family, a group of people who frequently meditate and manifest their destiny. They want to keep you dizzy, want to keep the signal busy, but I'll keep it there for entry number 3. Because most important of them all is entry number 4. It's the shadow that walked behind you, right behind that door. Call it purpose, call it passion. Call it defined. See, you be the vessel of weaponry for the divine. You create from a holographic form. You freak with the cultural norms. You seek your soul and call it a sojourn. You find the truth and soldier on. See, you be the last entry of this piece. Because with breath it all began, and until breath ends, it'll be no peace without sovereignty. No growth without some separation. Let's be honest, Tulsa's Black Wall Street was one of a dozen, and they were all the outcomes of segregation. Y'all heard me. See, you be undefinable, possibility inconceivable. It's like God tucked a little hymn in you, but your belief make it retrievable, and your faith make it feasible. You defined by what you haven't even imagined yet. So before your time is up, let your definition be so vast you put the other 3 to rest. This be Urban Dictionary, defined for when life puts you through the test.
But I have a question for y'all. You ever felt stagnant? Like you don't really know what the next move is? Like you don't really know if you're even capable of making the next move? You feel a little bit stuck, right? Angela Christina is going to tell us all about that. Make some noise for Angela Christina.
It's like it's like I'm stuck in a rut. And I expect love from lovers who only give lust. Yet still I trust that they would do right by me because I would do right by them, but they could care less about me. So I pretend so much as we all lie in lust. I'm emotionally cut, yet I starve, crave, and beg for the touch of the butchers, the fakers, the lie-you-up makers. Heartbreakers who write love letters, then tear up the paper. Ill capers who don't beat you but violently shake you, who whisper, I love you, then turn round and rape you. Offer poisoned kisses and tell you to savor, demand you to leave, then call you a traitor. Will choke the life out of you and tell you you made them. The nightshaders who will love you down, then lie down with her, him, them, later. And like a fool, I forgave him
And now inside I'm dead, and inside my head I keep screaming, get up, get up, get up. My heart is longing to beat, but it's like I'm stuck. I'm emotionally corrupt, so much so that I don't think I should be treasured, and I measure the value of my existence on the number of kisses I can steal from anyone who's willing to yield. I'm emotionally screwed up, so much so that the cries of my misuse and abuse turned me on, collecting hearts in my front pocket to only prove I'm strong. No, but seriously, if love was ever to serenade me, I'd probably not even recognize the song. Wait, hold on. Give me a minute, y'all. I think that's love knocking. Hold on, wait a minute. Give me a minute, just give me a minute. Okay, so love, I know you just heard what I said, right? I was just joking, like I was just playing. Don't pay me no mind. Don't believe all that stuff. No. Look, love, I know I'm broken. I know I got a long way to go. I got some stuff to unlearn. But you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking inside, I still got some worth. And I know this thing is gonna hurt, but love, if you'll have me, I promise you, I'm willing to do the work. Thank you.
Yes, so us black people, we have a tendency to say, I'm OCD about this, I'm OCD about that, but it makes us forget that OCD is an actual diagnosis, right? But I'm not going to tell you too much about that. I'm going to let Special K come up here and tell you all you need to know about OCD. Make some noise for Special K.
Cleaning up the mess you made. My space, my space. Now you're controlling my space,
my space. Slipped into this domestic, pessimistic, optimistic sink of relations as I listen, cleaning the same dishes. Petting in my elbow to finish cleaning. We kept adding pots, skillets, hands wrinkled, unfinished sink full of these goddamn dishes. And now you stop cleaning up the mess I made in your space, in your space. Now you're compulsive, now you're controlling of your space, your space. Picking up where you left off, fuck. Left with the same mess, dishes with stained spots. You gave up when you noticed these stains remained. I huffed, puffed, irritated at the portions that I got. How do we get to this point? Piled high, gnats swarmed and flied. I screamed, you screamed, we cried. Why? We're stuck cleaning up the mess we made in our space, in our space. Now we're compulsive, now we're controlling our space, our space. OCD. A common, chronic, and long-lasting disorder in which a person has uncontrollable, reoccurring thoughts, obsessions, and or behaviors, compulsions, that he or she feels the urge to repeat over and 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 over again.
Yeah. Man, I tried to tell y'all, we got some next level poets in the building tonight, right? What y'all think about the show so far? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. So, if y'all don't mind, I have to have a conversation with this microphone really quick. You know what I'm saying? I know I always use you to speak, but what if you could speak to me? I wonder what you would say. You got any words for me, bro? Okay. Oh. All right. Cool. So the mic has informed me that there is a poet tonight who actually has an answer to the question, if my microphone could speak. Make some noise for I, Medina, y'all.
So my name is I, Medina. You can find me on social media under Medina Jackson. And this piece that I'm going to do is in oldie but goodie, back in my MC days when I was an MC, I guess full time. I don't know if I'm an MC anymore, I don't know. But me and my homegirl, we were at this party in California. She's another MC, and we were there to perform, and when we rolled up on the set, you know, this dude came up to us and he was like, "Oh, are y'all the singers?" Nothing wrong with singers, Anita Brown levels. Singers are great. If I could sing, I definitely would. But we weren't there to sing, we were there to rhyme. So this poem is my answer to that moment. And you know, with poetry and poets, oftentimes our poems come from a place of strong experiences or strong emotion. So I was annoyed. What do you see when you look at me? Hell no, I'm not an honorary member of Flowetry. I'm an MC that flirts with poetry, but when you see me, you say, does she sing? I guess to be an MC, I gotta look like a dude or look like someone who can't wait to get screwed. I'm tired of our silence. Yes, I'm feminine. Yes, I'm disciplined with a righteous regimen. I'm a life giver, natural born winner, strutting straight lines on a sliver of time because I'm refined and fly and I can stop on a dime. Rock skirts and head wraps, but my rhymes ain't whack. Don't be buried by your assumptions, your misguided digs into my proverbial sand. You can't fuck with this useful land, so you can't really judge what you don't understand, though I might look like the lead singer fronting a band. If my microphone could speak, it'd say, she's not meager or meek. See me in H double with your kids on the street. I radiate heat from the core, from the deep. Adrenaline pushes the pen. This is real life, not a simulation. Stimulation fuels my motivation. Even though you never heard me on your local station, I'm your best kept secret. Criticisms keep it. These double X chromosomes got me feeling undefeated. If my microphone could speak, it'd say, don't take her on face value. I don't speak small like embryos. The wisdom flows like a water hose, spitting prose, and yes, I love those hoes. My sisters, those Venuses who've never been told the keys to life they hold. Don't get it twisted by my motherfucking clothes. Don't let the imagery fool you, just let the wordplay soothe you, and yes, I'd say I cook vegan about 95% of the time. But I am not a hay-eating weirdo. I like sideshow, street fights, and Hugo. Sometimes I curse like a sailor. Underneath these layers is love, pain, happiness, and sheer determination. My eloquence is evidence of intelligence manifested. And hell yeah, being a she in this game earns you never-ending testing. Double standards. Stupid standards like, because you don't hear that many her stories, you feel compelled to stand each one against the other, causing separation, idiotic comparisons. I mean, can there be more than 3 female MCs in one room without you trying to figure out the best one? Because only one is allowed to live and shine or glow like moondrops kissing the midnight concrete. I'm a lot better than many at riding the beat. My shit is unique. Not Nikki D or Lauryn Hill or Eve or whoever the fuck you want me to be to fit me in a neat category, so you can better see me or be more willing to listen to me. If my microphone could speak, it'd say, she's not gonna sound like a man to be heard. And the fact that you don't expect much when I approach the stage is your motherfucking problem, your internalized vision of sexism. See, the black woman is symbolic to wisdom. Wise words, 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 ways and actions, bringing the calm of the storm, because hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. No, not just objects in your porn fantasies. Nothing wrong with porn, I want to say. But why wouldn't she bring the heat when she speaks? No, I don't clap guns even though I should have one. And no, I don't sell dope for fun. Shits and giggles destroying life like missiles. I don't have a body count so you won't catch me lying in my rhymes, committing random crimes in between these paper lines. And the D in Medina stands for divine in this space and time. Has called me in my motherfucking prime. Now, shout out to the fine 40s too. Come on. Now, you may look at me and, consider me some type of earth goddess, but the earth is enough title and praise for me, and through that equality, I'm being the best me I can be. If my microphone could speak, it'd say, stop sleeping on she. We who can weave curses with our verses and can still rock matching accessories, jewelry, and purses, metaphors and similes, delivering you the real talk to ultimate universes. I'm not Don Corleone or Al Pacino or the wife of an Italian mafioso, but I live and die by a code that mathematically unfolds. I'm blowing holes the size of ozone. If my microphone could speak, it'd say, just give her a chance and you won't be disappointed, pleasantly surprised even. But There's no bias here, because there's a lot of weak ones and a few strong ones, and every dude touching the mic ain't killing it, so with sisters, why would you expect something different? All I'm saying is, don't try to knock me down before I can stand tall. I'll let you decide if you want to catch me if I fall. If my microphone could speak, it'd simply say, just listen. Thank you.
All right, so for all of my black women in the house, please make some noise. Oh, that's what I like to hear. I hope you know that you are magical. You are amazing, and we appreciate everything that you do for us in our community. But I have a question. What happens when society expects you to be magic and loses their empathy for your humanity as a person? Right? We have a poet that's going to ponder that a little bit in this next stage. Please make some noise for Shocky G and their piece, Black Magic.
They say us black girls are supposed to know magic. Lately, I've been trying to make myself disappear. Standing in the mirror, screaming, abracadabra. 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 But I'm still here. Maybe it is because I never learned my mother's tongue, so it doesn't sound like the right incantation. You would think with all this melanin, I could just blend into the darkness around me. But somehow, I still find a way to shine. They say, show us a trick. Watch how I pretend I'm fine. How I can pull a smile out of a hat. But my biggest trick is trying to saw this woman in half. I haven't mastered that yet. But I can swallow swords and breathe fire, at least once, if you ignore the blood. But you're good at that, ain't you? I've seen you do the trick so much, I've learned your sleight of hand. Or how you make ghosts of living dreams. A magician with a deck, the way the cards always fall in your favor. And here I am, breaking chains and barriers, how I be escape artist. Marvel at my superhuman strength. But lately, I feel like I'm fading away. Abracadabra, crumbling into nothing. Abracadabra, screaming out for help, and no one can hear me. Abracadabra. Is this still magic if you disappear and nobody notices? Or did they just convince us that we were magic so they could pretend we don't exist? Maybe the trick is seeing all of this for what it actually is.
I know usually MCs rehearse the things that they're going to say in between poets. I have not rehearsed anything. Literally all night I've just been freestyling, saying whatever comes to mind, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know what to say for this next poet. I was like, should I say something corny? Because, you know, corn comes in ears, and this piece is called All Y'all Listen. See what I did there? Make some noise for Cool Cole, y'all.
This must be what it feel like to be tall, huh? Man, I guess it's hard for y'all tall people not to look down on people when you really look down on people, but short people got leverage, so I'll stick with what I got. But this piece is called, first I could be real with y'all, right? All right, cool. This piece is called, All Y'all Listen. You did right. All y'all listen. I had to swallow my gum. All y'all listen. All in all, I've spent over a decade and a half in prison. And all I kept thinking about during all that time is all the pussy I've been missing. I came home with good intentions, but after years in the cage with pent up rage, razors, blood coming out the necks of men, you can't imagine how good it feels coming home to sweet estrogen. But coming straight home to a relationship is something I don't recommend, which is what I did. So I'm gonna let y'all in on part of my journey dealing with women who were ugly on the inside, but others dropped dead gorgeous, could put you on a gurney. I stuck with my goal of going at least 90 days without sex. To some, that might not be much, but remember, I just did more years in prison than fingers you have on both of your hands without a female's touch, so I was proud of myself. Then me and my child's mother broke up after 3 years. Thankfully, in no way toxic. We just said, maybe we'll be better co-parents and remain good friends through all this, so nah, it's finally free to do me. I met a woman, we hit it off, or so I thought. We had good big and small talk. But after a while, when I finally said, your place or mine, so we could go do the deed, she looked at me and said, well, you know nothing's free. She wanted PAID. I said, sorry, baby, that ain't me. Okay, I'm lying, I did pay that time. But hold up, let me brag. I gave her the D so good she felt bad and actually gave back half. But on to the next chick, I ain't know if she really liked me or was just chasing the bag. So I straightforward and asked. She said, I'm no prostitute or hoe, and got mad, so I missed out on that one. It was confusing being in the streets again. Another female I pursued for 3 months at least, wouldn't give me the time or day, but then she did and invited me to her place. All them times she shot me down, but she would do it so sweet. But after a few moments on her couch, I noticed she had split personality, changed my reality. She started switching accents and topics fluently, and this girl who was once nice was now being rude to me. I tried to hold and console her, but she pushed off and said she's no weak bitch. I tried to tell her I'm genuine. It's okay to show weakness, but she already built up her defense, so I said, I guess I'll just leave then. And driving home, certain things she said connected with the man in me. Certain trauma she revealed correlated with women in my family. Had me thinking maybe I need to quit courting women so randomly, but my lust remained victor. And I'm picky. I've turned down girls physically and who were dams physically and went after female society would say is less attractive because I felt they had better energy, but maybe I needed to slow down more because the majority ain't deserving of sharing soul ties with me. And I pride myself on my memory. I don't use a poem for my phones, but somehow I don't even remember losing my virginity. But back on topic, I had some more good encounters. Certain females' fantasies required a lot of stamina, and at times being a tad bit moralist. But if it didn't go against my manhood, I'd obliged and put on reasons to be proud performances, even had a couple dreads tore out my shit. Making chicks release their juices on my sheets, but sometime after I bust, I'd be like, I don't even know her for real, let alone when her fluids on me. One time I literally rolled out my own bed and slept on the floor, probably like the dog I portrayed. Me needing to get neutered, her needing to be spayed. This one chick seemed like all too happy the condom broke, but I stopped mid-stroke. She said, it's cool. I said, what you mean? She said, I'm clean, you clean? I said, yeah, but my sperm powerful. My baby's mom got pregnant 3 times in 2 years. She said, it's cool, I know how to take care of that. I said, I don't believe in abortions. She said, it's cool, well, I'll keep it. I'm a good mom to the kids I got. See, no matter what, she wanted a reason to go raw, and that turned me off. But a few chicks later, I met a chick that I really did like, and I did go raw, which resulted in me having to see a doctor for a shot in one of my ass cheeks. Felt like I was reliving teenage year lessons, plus had to buy my first and only ever Plan B. Reluctantly, I just knew it was smart for my life. Crazy how something that costs about $50 could put an end to something as valuable as the start of life. About the same price as that bottle of liquor that we bought to influence our bad decision. And she kept furthermore tripping. I told her, I thought I seen something in you, bad third eye vision. Gotta quit thinking with the third leg. I messed around with a coworker and we agreed not to let it get weird. So when I would arrive for my shift, I wouldn't acknowledge her there. She got too emotionally involved with attitudes. I said, chill. I'm just keeping our normal and focused. We never even used to talk before. We start chatting it up now. People get suspicious and notice, so I cut her off. Each new conquest start meaning less and less. Stains in the sheets reminded me of pain and grief I'm trying to hide. Am I trying to override other areas I fall short in or make up for lost time? But I can only make the best of what's left. It's just, women are the greatest of God's creations, and I haven't yet mastered my flesh. But do I want to yet? I'm enjoying this time in my life. I'll be alive if I ignore it, but I also believe it's going to make me a better man down the line for it. It's useless having matching pajamas for Christmas if you're lacking matching characteristics and conduct. Got me rethinking if I tried hard enough with my baby's mama. See, I knew there was plenty of fish in the sea, so I had a reason to use my rod or pole. But overlooking, I may have already had the prize catch at home. Like, damn, do I need that old thing back? Maybe I need to go dethrone whatever king I need to get my queen back. Maybe, maybe not. Only time will tell, and I believe what the universe got for me. Peace.
I told the poets that I had the fire department on speed dial because I knew when I first walked into this theater that we were going to be getting nothing but hotlines all night. And that was a corny setup because I'm introducing Kaya with a piece titled Hotline. Make some noise for Kaya.
I did what you said. You said when I hit rock bottom just to call, but when I did, I just don't understand. You're supposed to be the one person that's here for me, yet you're gone. I mean, I don't need your help. I didn't need it then, and I don't need it now. I mean, you weren't there when my cuts started to look like battle scars. Longer than a river, I could swim in a pool of my own blood. You know, at first, the cuts were just a sign of my aggression, adding the blocks of my depression. What a great time for recession. But then they became an obsession, just to see if people noticed or had the guts to ask, did you use a razor blade or maybe broken glass? They rarely did. I think to some people I was already dead. Hanging by a thread, constantly cut by humiliation, only the counselor asking if I'm okay, just adding to irritation. You know, I actually admired Miss Diane. Saving kids was never her responsibility. A 6-year-old white lady telling me how I could feel, I mean, what could go wrong? She told me these feelings were temporary and would go away. To me, feelings like these last forever and would only go if I passed away. I mean, it's just a cast anyway. You see, they cover up the lies, they cover up the truth and tell you millions of lies, and they give you a whole bunch of pills, but they're just drugs in disguise. The truth about pills is they're not for you, they're for them. Sewing back your mental like they're replacing a new hymn. They don't erase the bad thoughts, they just cover them with good ones. Cover, erase, I think they had a system. But I mean, what do you care? You're the worst of them all. Constantly telling people to call 1-800-HOTLINE, but when I did, you were gone. But that's okay, because who needs you? I mean, you weren't there when I got bullied. In fact, no one was. The teachers turned away. My mom told me to push through, it'd be okay, but it wasn't. Day by day, I walked in shame. They even gave me a name. SLUT. Every time they said it, people knew they were talking about me. It didn't have to be true, it just had to stick. It wasn't clever, it just made me sick. I never had a boyfriend because of them. They ruined my reputation and the damage was done. No boy would ever come near me, only to ask how many people I slept with that day. Some would ask if I was a hooker. Tell me, how much do they pay? That really made me wish I was never here. People creating lies about me, then whispering in others' ears. No one came to my rescue. No one even cared, yet they dare tell me I deserve to be here. That was the first time I actually tried it, killing myself. all the pain went away, and I actually thought I'd be okay, but then I woke up, and it was the next day. They sent me away, of course, because that's what happens when you try to, They made me promise to never try it again, and if I ever felt this way again, to call this number. So here we are, you, me, and all my battle scars. I'm actually sorry for reaching out, because now I see you're no different. Too busy with your own things to actually sit down and listen. Consider this my death note, because when you call, you'll hear, please leave a message at the tone. Because when I called, no one answered the phone.
By a show of hands, how many of us have felt sad? Right? And sometimes we feel like we're the only ones who feel that sadness, but I promise you, you're not the only one. You might be the only one experiencing your unique set of circumstances, but you are not the only one who has ever felt sad. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that is something that we could use to empathize with one another. But this next poet has a really dope poem called Blues Like Mine. Please make some noise for Carla Spirit-Led Pain.
So we're almost right in the middle of Women's History Month. So I want this piece to kind of honor that. But more importantly, I want it to honor, and I dedicate it to Juanita Moore, who is my aunt who I lost on Monday. And this piece, in my pieces, I like to call the roll call. I like to call the names of those ancestors that we've lost, and she is one that I have handwritten into my piece. So this is dedicated to her. They call it stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Oh, they call it stormy Monday, but Tuesday's just as bad. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Wednesday's worse. And Thursdays, oh, so sad. You say you got the blues. Well, your blues ain't like mine. Mine were birthed in bluegrass and steeped on steam from steel mills. They sang songs of sweet summer times, though the living wasn't easy. They billowed from my bosom in bellowing tones, blowing across rows of shoulders and listening ears who couldn't hear my blues for the sound of rounds of applause, but they were there. Masquerading in bobby socks and silver slippers, my blues belted their way past the pain to help me forget, yet remained to help me remember. My blues are mannerly that way. My blues got grit and grime and sweat and tears, fears laced with memories of the joy and the pain. Sun rays and raindrops and rainbows and rain clouds and a fistful of arrows that I caught when they didn't prosper. My blues got hues of greens and grays, of greens ablaze on grandma's stove, and corn pudding bubbling in the oven. Warm November days and cold November days, and colder December days, and lonely days. Really lonely days. My blues got merengue and bachata, manjani and dambala. They got gospel squalls and jazz riffs and swaying hips that groove to Afro beats. My blues are Billies and Mahalias and Ninas and Bessies and Dorothys and Hatties and Etnas, Vernels and Juanitas and Sandras and Briannas and Oluwatoyans. And every mahogany heroine whose blues came before mine or sang a sorrowful swan song before their time. My blues are heavy and weighty and wielding at times. But damn it, they're mine. They are mine. Thank you.
So this next poet came all the way to Pittsburgh from the Garden City of New Jersey. Came all the way here to share her talents with us. I think that deserves a round of applause. Right? Now, one thing I know about Jersey, because I've been to Jersey before, is they have a lot of trees. Beautiful trees. Super green, rich trees. See, me personally, I like to smoke my trees. But Dale Genesis is going to come up here and tell us about the tree in me. Make some noise, y'all.
I never understood why I love trees so much. They grow old, lopsided, bumpy, weepy, and weary, yet beautiful at the same time. They are trees. The tree is who I aspire to be. I aspire to be magical, to be able to flow with the wind and not give a fuck about which way I blow. I aspire to deliver fruits to one's spirit-nurturing souls with the gift to sing songs of unique, original meditation that teach wealth and breed dedication. I aspire to understand and love the beauty of time with the ridges and curves of my body going back and forth between even and twined. I aspire to add color to life. Let my old habits die, my old strengths weaken, with new ones embracing, embedding the bedazzlements of my growths beyond my old lengths. The potential to leave my impression on you like a tree. When I'm planted in a space for a long time, I want you to wonder, to judge, to question if you can scratch and grip the rips of my feet off this earth to see if I can still be. Push on me, dare me to tumble, challenge me to embrace and grunt my ancestors' name to deliver unto you my power. Everything about me is a tree. I'm strong. I have roots that flourish from my head and my feet. I have leaves amongst me that flow every which way. I have a strong limb and a weak limb. I fight rain, storms, tornadoes. Sometimes I lose, but eventually I win. I teach my worst enemies how to behave around me. I have a tree in me that I am learning to be. I'm learning to love my hair, love my soul, love my core, love my heart, love my spirit, love my mind, love my body, love my personality. But most importantly, I'm learning to love me. And only time will let me be as beautiful, old, and tough-spirited as a tree. Thank you.
So our next poet is coming to you from Brooklyn. Yes. Make some noise for DG Deep from Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah. When I say real, y'all say deep. Real. Real. When I say deep, you say light. Deep. Deep. 6 feet, you're dead, shot in the head, government fed, cup of water poisoned with lead. Who's at fault? Tell me who's gonna be indicted, who's gonna be the brave soul to stand up and fight it. We all stronger united, but rather divided like blood, Crips, Latin Kings, and GDs. Favorite rapper on your TV, spreading ignorance. As a young MC, I understand my influence. I could corrupt the innocent or lead them to the limitless, infinite. I'm omnipotent, I'm munition. Brooklyn flow, stay efficient. Understand, you cannot stop a man with the vision. I'm on a mission to teach the youth the truth. This absolute, a birth of a nation. I'm taking them back to roots. We strapped in boots. I swear that's the last excuse. Tired of going to funerals dressed in black and suits. Can't spread through crack. I'm giving you facts, and it was all to destroy the Latinos and blacks. Sons coming back strapped. We'll be on the attack, so they just dump us in sewers and treat us as rats. Got us chasing after the cheese, caught in the illusion. Create confusion, leading to a prison institution. If we all catch life, there's no recouping. hooping, we losing. And that's in accord to America's Constitution. 13th Amendment declares that a man's free unless he's incarcerated. We heavily populated. I see how they operated. The plan that was orchestrated, trying to free their minds. My brothers indoctrinated, praying for all the soldiers in the streets who never made it. You know, them dead bodies painted in pavement, enslaved in a slave ship, raped and whipped for their entertainment. And at my arraignment, not guilty, what is you saying? Always guilty in their eyes, I can see through their lies. Walk around a sheep, but really they just wolves in the skies. I look to the skies, waiting on my Lord to arrive. The chosen will rise, same day devils will die. It gets real deep, deep like the bottom ocean. Words that are spoken to get an evil man's heart wide open. It gets real deep, you ain't got no choice but to feel deep. On a conscious level, but brother, I am still street. Shout out to real hip hop, y'all. Yeah. I give you guys my soul, I don't gotta sell it for free. Yeah. They calling me a sellout cause my last show was a sellout. Soon as I hit the stage, that's when 30 people fell out. Receiving all the energy, my name they start to yell out. Debating who's the greatest, I'm the one they go and tell about. Give them what they want so they want what I have to give. Need cash to live, wanna stay in a massive crib. Do it big, haters can't do half I did. You got to dig, I'm taking care of all my kids. Gotta get them ready for the evil to come. I want them to know God, so I show them the sun. Taught them life and death lies in the power of tongue. Whatever you speak out your mouth, that's what you will become. I speak life into their ears so it enters their heart. All it takes to light a forest is a singular spark, which illuminates the beauty in the places that's dark. To the eye of the beholder is the view in the art. Now the audience doesn't just see an ugly picture of a black man surrounded by projects and liquor. Of a black man they always considered a nigga. Now viewing this black man, you can see something bigger, like the next president. Someone who's relevant, highly intelligent, focused on hood development, doesn't settle for settlements, deal with embezzlements, knows that he ain't supported by a donkey or elephant. He's a king who's benevolent, destroying malevolent forces of darkness with his angelic regiment, giving speeches that's eloquent, controlling his temperament, stays in his element, operating only in excellence. Real deep, deep like the bottom ocean. Words that are spoken to get an evil man's heart wide open. It gets real deep, you ain't got no choice but to feel deep on a conscious level, but brother, I am still street. Yeah. Rest in peace to the great Malcolm X. You can turn him up. Yeah.
Make some noise if you like the feeling of that new relationship energy when you find somebody that you really like. Okay, I was about to say that. I lose y'all. So for transparency's sake, I am currently in love myself, right? And sometimes I like to take DJ 808 out on very long walks as we talk about life. You know what I'm saying? This is my sweetheart, if y'all didn't know. But enough about me, enough about me. I wanted to introduce our next poet, the lovely Paris, as she takes us on a very long walk.
Y'all remember this? Long walks we would take down the Ave, inhaling nature's beauty. It was sticky and green, if you know what I mean. He'd puff, I'd pass, secretly suppressing his desire to look at my voluptuous behind closed doors. Our conversations were easy and would flow so graciously. I remember staring from the corner of my eyes, whispering in my mind, I hope that he is watching. The curves of my hips and the fullness of my lips as I dip them into my atop peach nectar glass. And yes, gangsters really do have hearts, for he held mine comfortably in the palm of his hands, and together we would dance and stroll to rhythms and beats that be our own. Music that would flow and chords that would play from the vibrations that we create. His caramel kiss is almost sweeter than a forehead kiss. You see, our intimacy exists far beyond the physical plane, for he caresses my mental, spiritual, and unconditional. For we are one. I am love and he is hip hop, forever lasting, cultured by our ancestors' groove. We strive to survive the melancholy tunes and blues of this life, and now we are face to face. Haters watch and they wait, but never did she matter. Sister could have spent a lifetime with him and still wouldn't be his future, for I am it, and I be's the shit. The very gas from the aroma from his ass becomes the very fuel to my desire, y'all. His love is the shit. For my love is his love, and his love is mine, and together we be on some old, I guess I'll see you next lifetime, 'cause I'm gonna be there type of shit. Thank you all so very, very much. And I also have some goodies with me today. If you guys aren't familiar, you can follow me on Instagram under A Touch of Paris, on Facebook under Paris Crosby, and the name of the brand is A Touch of Paris Beauty, Love, and Inspiration. And I have some of my signature fragrance oils with me tonight and some of my peppermint rose gloss. So throughout the intermission, if you guys see me in rotation, please don't be afraid. I won't bite. And support small Black businesses. Thank you guys so much. You were amazing.
I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'd like to thank Anita Levels Band. I'd like to thank Vernard Alexander, DJ Nada Wait, One Hood Media. I hope you all have a beautiful night and a safe drive home.
Just want to thank the vendors,
Yes,
One Hood
indeed.
Media, Nobleman Cigar Lounge, and everyone else at Treble. Thanks for coming now. Get home safely, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, indeed.